I'm trying new coffee today. It smells bad. So, welcome back to another Coffee with Christian. I don't know if you've heard. I'm engaged. Boom. Your girl's a fiance now. I thought I was gonna die alone. Think again, past Christian. Me and Trey are engaged. And I am just beyond excited. And I know it is about time that I told you the engagement story because I've been hinting about it in like the past 3 or 4 videos. I know, I'm sorry, y'all have seen the ring, y'all have heard me mention things about it, but y'all don't know the whole story. So, this is going to be my engagement story. Let's get into it. Okay, first off, I gotta show off the ring. It's not about the ring at all. I literally told Trey, get me a ring pop and I'll marry you. But obviously he did not get me a ring pop. He got me this gorgeous thing. So let me show you. Is it not, it's not gonna pick it up, is it? Is it not so shiny? The camera is like freaking out because it can't focus on it. Anyway, and he picked it out all by himself. It was such a good surprise. Ah! I'm filming. Say hey.
Hey.
Come show your face.
Ew, why was that wet?
Why was what wet?
I don't know, I think I just stepped in something wet. I'm still in
You stepped in something wet?
I don't know.
I'm telling my engagement story. I'm about to. There's Skater Girl Addie! Anyways, so he did so good picking out the ring, and it's just so pretty, and I love it so much. Every now and then, I like think to myself, did that actually happen? Am I actually engaged? Is this real? And so I look down to make sure my ring is still there. And it's also really fun to play with. I like always like twist it and stuff, and like I wear it upside down sometimes. I don't know why, I just do. But it's very fun to play with. Okay, now into the like actual proposal. It was January 2nd of 2022. And it was a Sunday. And it was really funny because that Sunday morning, Trey talked to this photography lady at our church about taking engagement pictures when he planned to propose, which was gonna be in March on our 1 year. And so like they made plans that morning and everything. And no one knew that it was gonna happen that night. And so I think that just makes it like even more funny. So that happened at church. And we planned to have a double date with my best friend and her boyfriend. So that night, me and Trey were together with them two at this restaurant, and like, you know, we had so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I have pictures from it. I might put some up. I don't know, maybe. And it was just a sweet time, you know, because she lives away at college, and so she was in town. We got to see her, you know. We heard that the weather was going to get kind of bad, like, and it might snow that night. So we were like, what the heck? That's fun. So we left the restaurant, and we were like all going to head home and stuff like that before the weather got crazy, because we didn't know what to expect. We don't live in a place where it snows a lot, so, you know, we act like a few flurries is like a blizzard, you know. So anyway, me and Trey are in his truck in the parking lot of the restaurant. Excuse me. And so we were sitting in his truck and it was flurrying, and we were like, oh shoot, we need to like go before it gets like worse. It was kind of like hailing, or like it was like ice. It wasn't like flurrying. It wasn't like snow. It was like hard at first. And we were like, oh crap, that's not good. And so we take off, you know, he's taking me home. And so we're driving and it starts like coming down. The snow is just like going. It's crazy. I have like videos and stuff I'll put later, but it looked like we were in hyperspeed, like in Star Wars, you know, like all the lines going. That's what it looked like. So we were driving and stuff, and it was so hard to see. And so me and Trey were like freaking out because it was like 1, really pretty, and 2, really scary. And so we ended up missing the exit for me to go to my house, and Trey was like, ah, crap. So he decided to get off at the next exit so we can turn around and whatever and go back to my house. Well, we were getting off at that exit, and he was like, hey, let's go to the church parking lot and play in the snow. And I was like, yes, that sounds awesome. Because, like, we never get snow, like I said, so this is, like, you know, a big deal to us. And at this point, he was not planning to propose. He genuinely wanted to go play in the snow, which I think is adorable. Not to mention, this is our very first snow day together. And the fact that he proposed on our very first snow day. So, we pull off, take that exit, we go to our church. We go in the parking lot of the church, and it's like coming down. So I'm gonna show you the video of us driving to the church and then us getting into the church parking lot and seeing all the snow.
It's snowing! It's snowing so much! Our first snow day together!
Buckle your seatbelt.
I'm sorry!
Oh my goodness, it's so hard to see.
Whoa, this is so trippy on video. It looks like we're in hyperspeed, like it really does. That's so trippy. Meow. Ready? Oh!
Okay, ready?
Alright, we're about to go have our first snow day! It's so cold! It's snowing so much! It's snowing so much! so cold. Like, can you see all that? Oh wow, that's so much. Look at the truck. It's snowing. It's so cold.
Yeah, it's snowing like crazy. Look, me and Christian are at the church.
Hey!
We're pulling over at the church.
It's snowing so much, Karen.
Look at this.
It's
Yeah,
so pretty.
look at it.
I don't know if you can tell. Oh, my camera's all jacked up.
Look at it, it's sticking and everything.
So much snow.
So yeah, as you saw, like, it was flurrying, like, pretty hard. And it was, like, in person, it was, like, crazy. It was, like, swirling all around us. It was nuts. On the video, it was hard to, you know, see. And my camera was kind of blurry because it was wet from the snow. And in the parking lot, I mean, it wasn't sticking onto the concrete, but everywhere around us, like, in the grass and trees, it was, like, sticking. And it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. The flurries were just, like, surrounding us. And it was just, like, white everywhere. Like, solid white almost. It was, gorgeous. So we hop out of the truck. You know, we're running around. I'm videoing it. Well, of course, Trey being Trey, he scoops up snow from his truck and starts throwing snowballs at me, and I dodged every one of them because I'm gangsta like that. So he's throwing snowballs, and I'm like running around and dodging it and all that stuff. And at this point, I have leggings and a really thin purple hoodie on. We were not really dressed for the snow day, and I'm pretty sure I had Heyyyy's on without socks. So that was my attire. Luckily, Trey had like this big work jacket and like a beanie, and so I put like his clothes on. It was so funny. So we end up FaceTiming his mom, and she's like, "Where are y'all?" And we're like, "We're in the snow playing." And she's like, "What the heck? That's so funny." I think we have a picture of the FaceTime call somewhere. I'll put it up here if I have it. So he hangs up, and he gets snow from the back of his truck, and I'm like, oh, he's about to throw it at me. So I take off across the parking lot. And so sure enough, he's throwing snow at me, and I'm dodging it because I'm awesome. And so I'm like running around the far end, and he's like over here, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back to him. So like, you know, I jog across the parking lot, and like we meet, and y'all, we went to each other, and we like embraced, like we were like holding each other in the snow. We were looking around, and it was like swirling around us. It was so pretty, and oh my gosh, it was just like magical, like literally. And so, you know, we're laughing, we're holding each other, and then we like look into each other's eyes and like lock eyes, and it's just, I don't even know how to explain it, but we just give each other this look, like, I don't even know, just, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know, it was, I'm getting like flustered, because it was just so sweet, and like, I don't know, the look was just kind of us telling each other, like, I love you, and like, this is it, this is like what I want, you know? It was just like one of those looks where it was just, like I said, magical, like, sparks. Ugh, I'm gonna cry. We like look at each other, and I'm like, whoa, this is intense. Something's happening. Like, we were both just getting these vibes from each other, you know? I don't even know if that makes sense. He like gives me another look, and he goes, follow me, like, come to the truck with me. And I was like, why? And of course, at that point, I was like, what's he about to get out of his truck? But then I was like, Christian, stop thinking immediately, because it's not gonna be the time. It's not gonna be it, and then you're gonna be disappointed. Also, side note, I wanted to get something out of his like center console thing, and he was like, oh, I got it, let me get it. You know, and he like lifted it up and was like being all weird, and I was like, is there a ring in there? Turns out he's been keeping that ring in his center console for like the past few months, and I hadn't found it. So, back to the story. So I was like, okay, and so he like walks to his truck, and like I'm following him, and he like opens the door and like leans in, and he's getting something out of the center console, and I was like, Christian, no, this is not it. Don't even like think like that, no. And but like, I could tell. I knew what was happening. I ain't dumb. So he's like in there getting something, and then he like turns and like drops, and I said, it was so funny. I was like, well, what's he doing? So he drops down like in the snow. Bless his heart, his pants were wet for like the rest of the night. So he drops down to one knee, and I'm standing there and like staring at him in disbelief and in shock. He drops down, he looks at me and goes, Christian, will you marry me? And I blacked out, honestly. Okay, another side note. I am so glad that he did not give this whole, like, speech, like, oh, ever since I met you, blah, 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 and, like, went on and on and on while he's, like, sitting there, because I would have been like, hurry up! I'm glad he went to the point. Like I said before, I'm very simple. I don't like a lot of fluff. The way that he just knelt down and just straight up, like, asked me, and, ugh, it was perfect. Back to the story. So, he gets down, he asks me, and I, like, I don't even, like, say anything. At first, I literally go, like, I'm pretty sure my mouth fell open. And I think, like, my mouth fell open, and I, like, did that, you know, and I was like, and I started laughing, like, in disbelief, and I was like, you know, like that, and he was like, yes? And I started laughing, and, like, I'm, like, in shock at this point. I'm like, you know, like, I don't know what to do. Like, y'all, when I say that this boy surprised me, I was shook. I had zero clue this was coming. Literally, like I said, the moment he went to his truck, I was like, wait a minute. And then it happened, and I was like, like, my brain could not comprehend what just happened. And so I'm like, what? And I'm like looking at him. Like, I didn't even look at the ring box yet. I'm like, I'm assuming he has a ring or something. You know, I'm like looking at him. And then I like turn and look at the ring, kind of to like make sure this is real, you know? I guess, I don't know, like I couldn't comprehend what was happening. And so I look down and like I see the ring and he's like, well? And I was like, yes! And I just like, I lose it completely. I am bawling. I am just a hot mess. It is hilarious. I knew I was gonna cry. I called it from the moment we started dating. I was like, when he proposes to me, I'm going to be bawling. And I know, at the altar, in our wedding, I'm going to be a wreck. We are not going to spend a lot of time on makeup because it is going to be washed away. So I am just bawling my eyes out of joy. I like bear hug him and I'm like squeezing him. Bless his heart, I probably cut off his circulation. And I'm just like sobbing into him and it's just like, and he, bless his heart, he's like laughing because, he's laughing at me because I'm a mess. And I'm pretty sure he was laughing from relief, bless his little heart. And so he pries me off of him and he's like, well, give me your hand. And I'm like, oh yeah. And so like, you know, I do this and he like puts this gorgeous ring on my finger and I scream and I wake the neighbor up and we're like, oh shoot, we should probably go. And so we're like laughing and I'm crying. And so I took a picture of us in the parking lot. I'll put that up right here. So we get into his truck and, you know, I'm still freaking out. I'm still drying up. My mascara everywhere. So, like, I'm in shock. He's in shock because he didn't plan this. He decided to propose as he was getting down on one knee, pretty much. And so we were like, we should probably tell our parents because they're thinking that he's going to propose in March. So is my best friend and, like, all of our families. And so we start calling people and we call Meredith. And we're like, oh, hey girl. At this point, it's like midnight. It was like late because we left the restaurant like pretty late. So by the time that like he proposes and we like finally like collect ourselves and get in the truck, it's like 11:30 midnight and we're like calling everybody up and we're like waking them up and we're like, hey, sorry, wake up, we're engaged. So we call Meredith and she's like, what the heck? What happened in March? And we're like, yeah, that's not happening anymore. We just got engaged now. So then we call Addison and Bailey and like mom and dad and his mom and dad. And every single person asked, what happened in March? And Trey's like, yeah, couldn't wait. And we stopped by my grandma's house because she lives right by the church. And so we stopped by her house to like show her. I was going to call her and tell her that we got engaged. And then Trey was like, wait, don't like tell her that we got engaged. Just ask if we can like come over real fast. And I was like, genius. And so I was like, hey grandma, the weather's getting real bad. Me and Trey were out on a double date and she's taking me home. Can we like swing by your house and have a pit stop for a second? She's like, of course, sweetheart, you know. So we roll up and she, bless her sweet little heart, she greets us with towels because we're just soaked because we've been out in the snow all evening. And so we're like, hey, and me and Trey are like kind of acting weird and she was like, what's up? And I was like, so I lied to your face. She was like, what? And I was like, the reason we wanted to come by is to show you that we're engaged or he proposed tonight, you know, something like that. And she was like, what the heck? And so, you know, she bear hugs us. it was just really fun, and you know, lots of laughing and crying. And at one point, me and her went to the kitchen to go get drinks, and Trey went upstairs, and me and her just kind of looked at each other and started like squealing, having a little girly moment. It was just really fun. And so after that, we visit with Grandma, and Trey takes me home, and then we got some sweet videos on the Ring camera of us showing Addis in the ring, and her seeing us and hugging me and Trey. So I'll put that up here.
It's cold as heck. Oh my god! Look at you go! Brother-in-law! Buddy!
Buddy forever.
Buddy forever! Buddy forever! Good job, buddy. Sleep. Huh? I don't know. It's cold as heck. Yeah, let me grab my hand.
And then, like, we got some more pictures and stuff, and then we finally called it a night because it was getting so late. And so we all said goodnight, and you know, Trey went his way and I went my way. And so yeah, that was how we got engaged. And then the next day, Trey took off of work, and that day me and Trey like went around like the entire state showing each of our family members the ring in person, and like, you know, just go around and visiting and telling everybody the good news. And that was also just such a sweet time. But yeah, it was just really cool. Like, the whole thing was just really fun, and it was just us. But yeah, that's like how it happened and stuff, and it was just crazy. So that is my engagement story. I'm so glad that I finally got to tell you guys. I think that it couldn't have gone any more perfect, because also on our 1 year, I was like, I bet he's gonna propose. So like, I knew that and that was a plan. I'm a genius, I tell you. And so the fact that I thought it was gonna happen in like 2 months really made it a big surprise. He got me for sure. And I just think it was like perfect for us though, because it was just spontaneous, and it was like when we were having fun and cutting up and laughing together, it was us for sure. It was really sweet. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't too chatty, but I'm glad that y'all finally know my engagement story. And there will be wedding videos coming up. I don't know if I want to do a series or if I'm going to post like one big video after we get married. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!